Hey guys, this is Buford with Scholarships for Soccer, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Lindsay Topper, and she is currently a junior in college. Lindsay, thanks for taking time to be with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And first of all, where do you play soccer in college?
So I'm at Lebanon Valley College, which is a small D3 school in Pennsylvania. It's probably about an hour and 15 minutes from my house, so definitely super convenient for me. And I love the small campus. It's definitely a good fit for me.
All right. Now, what attracted you to Lebanon College to make that your final destination?
So I actually transferred to Lebanon Valley from East Stroudsburg University. So I was at East Stroudsburg for 3 semesters. And East Stroudsburg's up in the Pocono Mountains of PA. It's probably about 2.5 hours from my house. They're Division II, part of the PSAC. So I went to East Stroudsburg first, right out of high school. I think I committed there February of my senior year. And when I went for my official visit, I really liked the campus. I liked the fact that it was a little bit farther from home for me. They were D2, so I knew that it was going to be more of a commitment than what a D3 school would be. And I went up to East Stroudsburg, and I was there for 3 semesters, and I was miserable. I hated being far from home. I didn't have a car there, so I couldn't just drive wherever I wanted. I felt like I was majoring in biology there, and I wanted to be a physical therapist, and I felt like bio just wasn't a good fit for me. I was taking classes that just weren't necessary, and I made a decision between transferring and continuing playing soccer or quitting soccer and staying at East Stroudsburg and focusing on school. And I made the decision to transfer and continue to play, but I knew that I wanted to go somewhere that was smaller because I liked having the smaller school. My high school was really small. And so I knew a couple friends from my travel team that went to Lebanon Valley and really, really liked it. So my sophomore year, fall semester, I went and visited the coach at Lebanon Valley over Thanksgiving break. And as soon as I got there, I just knew that the school was a good fit for me. It was only an hour and 15 from my house. It was super convenient that I could have my car there. I already knew people there. The coach was super welcoming, had never saw me play, and just had faith that like I would bring something to the team. And I just knew from then on that Lebanon Valley was a good fit for me, and I've never looked back since.
Wow. Must have made quite the impression for him to accept you on the team without it ever playing there.
Yeah, I know. So the coach at my current college knew my old travel coach, and my old travel coach just had talked to my current coach and just said, good points about me. And she just saw some things in me that, or that she had heard. And so it's been a great experience ever since. And I'm so thankful that she was able to just take a chance on me.
Okay. Well, now you mentioned you transferred from East Stroudsburg. How did the coach there handle it when you wanted to transfer?
So he didn't come right out and say it, but he had kind of mentioned that if I was going to transfer to like another school in the PSAC, like another state school in PA, that it would kind of be like, kind of iffy just because, we play against them.
Yeah.
But I told him that I was thinking about going to a school in a different conference, and he really didn't give me any issue. He just said, I wish you luck, and, we hate to see you go, but I wish you the best of luck in the future. And it was actually a very simple conversation that we had. It wasn't anything difficult. So yeah.
Okay. Now going all the way back to high school, did you play club and high school ball?
I did, yeah. So I played for my club team was Penn Legacy, which is a club out of like Lancaster, PA. And we didn't have like a DA program or anything. We had like an A and B team, and if you made the A team or B team, you could still play for your high school. And playing in high school was something that was really important to me. I definitely wanted to play in high school. So I was able to play all 4 years of my high school, and I was able to play club as well, which was awesome.
Okay. And when you started the recruiting process, first of all, when did you start the recruiting process?
So I would have liked to start the recruiting process my sophomore year, just starting to look at colleges, going on tours, getting noticed and everything. But I tore my ACL end of my freshman year. So I wasn't able to play at all my sophomore year. So I had to start kind of a little bit later than everyone else. I started the recruiting process probably my junior year. I think I came back the June of my sophomore year. So I had the rest of that summer to kind of get back. I did like a couple soccer camps. And then junior year was when I really started to do the recruiting process. I went to a couple college showcases tournaments with my travel team. I went to a couple ID clinics, which is a great way to get exposure just because you go and you can talk to the coach and see the campus and everything. But I did a couple of them junior year, and then I did a lot senior year, like the fall of my senior year.
Okay. When you originally committed to East Stroudsburg, did you have multiple offers coming out of high school?
I did. So I had an offer to East Stroudsburg. I had an offer to Juniata College, and I also had an offer to Penn State Berks. And at the time, like I said, East Stroudsburg just felt like the better fit. So I went with East Stroudsburg, but I did have other choices to make.
Okay. So once you decided, you wanted to make the move, obviously you wanted to continue playing soccer.
Yeah.
Was your current school the only school you reached out to, or did you explore other options as well?
Honestly, I really only looked at Lebanon Valley, just because I knew that Lebanon Valley had a physical therapy program, and I knew that was something that I wanted to do. And I knew that Lebanon Valley was known for their PT program, and I just figured that if I could just go there and get in the PT program, then I wouldn't see an issue. And I got in, I applied, was accepted in a couple days, and I had talked to the admission counselor there, and he said that transferring into the PT program shouldn't be an issue. And I never looked back, and I made the decision, didn't even look at any other schools.
Okay. Now, do you see any difference on the field between D2 and D3 levels? And I realize they're different teams, but, as far as time commitment, level of competition, et cetera?
Absolutely. Especially in the PSAC that I've noticed, the PSAC tends to recruit a lot of just like big and fast players. Like if you can kick the ball really hard and you're really fast, like you'll do well, because the game and especially in the PSAC was just super physical. And it was definitely like you had to be really fit, and the people that would play were the people that were, fast and strong. At D3, I've noticed, like, especially because like my school plays like Messiah, and Messiah's women's soccer team just won the national championship this past year. And just the teams we play, you have to be more, you have to be quick, but you have to be able to pass the ball and possess the ball. And it's definitely just a different type of game than D2 was, especially the PSAC. But D2 was definitely more of a time commitment. We were, allowed per NCAA to do so many different things. We had more hours to train. And so like for preseason, we would have 2 weeks of preseason, and we could do 2-a-days, 1 a day. And then once the season started at D2, we had practice once a day for 2 hours. But then we'd also have like film sessions. We'd also have like pool workouts. We'd have lifting sessions. And then once our season was done, we had the rest of the semester to relax. And then once we came back from Christmas break, we had 6 a.m.s until spring break, and those were 3 days a week. And we had lifting, we had running on top of that. And then after spring break, our spring season started, which was like 4 practices a week for 2 hours. We had, I think, like 5 or 6 scrimmages. And then like at D3, we can have a shorter preseason. I think we can only have like 10 days or something for preseason. And then we only get 1 preseason scrimmage or 1 or 2. And then once after Christmas break, we can have captain practices, like the coach can't be there. And then once the coaches can be there, we can only have, I think, a max of like maybe 20 practices, 15 practices or something with the coach. So it's definitely different, and it's harder to get things done as a team because we don't have as many opportunities to be together as a team as what we did at D2.
Okay. Now, what position do you play?
So we play a 4-3-3 at my school. So I play an outside wing, outside forward.
Okay. And is that what you played in club in high school? Or?
Yeah. So in high school, I actually used to play outside mid or center mid. And then for travel, a couple of years, I played center mid. But then once I got to my senior year in club, we switched to a 4-3-3 formation, and I ended up playing an outside forward there as well. So then when I came to LVC and I heard they played the 4-3-3, I was like, oh, this is perfect because I already played an outside forward. So yeah, I had experience there before.
Okay. Now, if you could give high school juniors and seniors who are going through the process now one bit of advice, what would it be?
Definitely to get exposure by going to like whether it's with your travel team to college showcases or even going to ID clinics. I know ID clinics are kind of scary because you go by yourself and you don't know anyone, but it's honestly a great way to get exposure because you don't know anyone. It puts you in an uncomfortable position, but you're forced to be there with people you don't know on the first day of preseason anyways. And so you're there with the coach, you get to see the campus before you go there. You get to be with the coaches and talk to them about questions you have and everything, which is completely different than just emailing back and forth. I think it's really great to be there in person and get a name to the face. And honestly, another thing that really helped me with my recruiting process was getting like a player profile sheet. So when you go to tournaments and you see college coaches there, your mom or dad can hand out your paper to everyone. And then I got so many emails once I started doing that from college I've never even heard of that were just like, hey, saw you play. So I got your sheet and it just has your GPA, positions you play, things you like to do, like just stuff like that, just basically like a fun fact sheet about you. And that was really, really helpful to me.
All right. Well, that is some great advice. And want to wish you well. I guess you'll be going into your senior year in the fall.
I will, yeah.
Okay. And wish you well in your career. Glad you found the place where you're happy, closer to home. Now you can go and drop all your laundry off. And
yeah, exactly.
One final question. How did your parents help you in the recruiting process?
So my dad actually coached me like my last couple years at travel. So that was really helpful to me just because he was my coach and he was able to, give me those pointers when I needed it. And he was always really hard on me, but in the end, it really helped me. My mom was actually the one that would hand out the sheets for me at the tournaments, which was super helpful. And I mean, they've been just so supportive to me my entire soccer career. So I really can't thank them enough, but.
All right. Well, we wish you luck. We'll be following you along this senior year, and
Thank you.
we may ask you to come back and talk to us if you hadn't gotten too big of a soccer star to talk with the little people.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. Well, Lindsay, it's been a pleasure talking with you, and I know you got things to do, so we'll let you go. But good luck. And hopefully we'll talk with you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.